Hi, this is John Okoro. Welcome to the first Auspicious Agile video blog for the new year and the new decade. And this Auspicious Agile video blog will be covering Scaled Agile 5.0 and the business agility aspects, along with others that have been added. So, first off, of course, Happy New Year to everyone. Happy New Year 2020. And to all celebrating Chinese New Year, prosperous and happy Chinese New Year as well. So, this will be Scaled Agile 5, a practitioner's perspective. Of course, my perspective on it, as I do often in the practitioner's perspective series that I do. Of course, this will also be full disclosure that I do certify and train on Scaled Agile. So you're going to be getting my perspectives and my view on the new release and what's included. So let's take a look at what is included in the Scaled Agile Release 5, which was released just at the beginning of January 2020. So the first thing, of course, we said, very key, the addition of business agility. Business agility now is fully incorporated into Scaled Agile Framework version 5, and let's look at some of the ways that they've done that. So first off, they've added two new competencies, which they call organization agility and continuous learning culture. These are good. They're a little softer areas than some of the core kind of agile execution and technology execution areas that we've seen in previous versions of Scaled Agile. This really goes a lot more into some of the soft areas of organization agility, continuous learning culture, and how that gets applied in your organization. There's also more on lean agile mindset and lean agile leadership, which remains a competency, which has been a competency, but now there's more content or more disciplines. So each of the competencies in Scaled Agile now has three disciplines associated with it. For lean agile leadership, they're mindset and principles, leading by example, and leading the change. So these are the three disciplines associated with lean agile leadership. I like the additional focus. I've always liked the lean agile leadership area in Scaled Agile. I've been a good, big fan of that, and I like that there's more focus around that that people can use as they implement and as they make these changes in their organization and move towards business and organization agility in their broader organization. Now, next up, we have additional concepts that have been added in the areas of customer centricity and design thinking. So for many of you who are design thinking practitioners, this is nothing new. But for Scaled Agile, this is really a newer addition. It really hasn't been a focus in prior versions before 5 of Scaled Agile. So you have things like customer journeys and empathy maps and user story mapping and conversion and divergent, looking at problems and solutions, and all these tools that we use in design thinking. So these have all been incorporated into Scaled Agile, and now we have those. In addition, there's a 10th additional SAFe principle, Scaled Agile principle, called organizing around value. So it's the idea of organizing around value streams, and making the organization, the virtual kind of network and organization, to organize around that. That's existed before, but more called out now with the 10th additional SAFe principle as well. As we move on, there were two additional competencies that were renamed in Scaled Agile, not additional, actually, two competencies renamed. One, DevOps and Release on Demand was named to Agile Product Delivery, and Business Solutions and Lean Systems was renamed to Enterprise Solution Delivery. So you can see in the big picture here, this is a large solution configuration that we're looking at, and you see I'm going to be circling the Agile Product Delivery competency, which is the naming there, and you're also going to see that I'm going to circle the Enterprise Solution Delivery competency. I think this is for clarity. I think it is a good change, and it does make it clear whether we're working on Agile products, whether we're working on enterprise solutions, which are made up of multiple release trains. I think this is good for clarity of focus, and I believe that's the reason behind that renaming of these. Now, there are updates on the SAFe implementation roadmap. I haven't included it here, but you can go take a look on the website and see those changes. There are additional classes that have been added, some things around measurement and metrics as well, measure and grow, and assessments. And there is, of course, an assessment that's been added, self-assessment, which is usually facilitated by a SAFe program consultant, or SPC, as Scaled Agile calls it. And this is an assessment that has the 21 different disciplines across the 7 competencies that you can then go through with an organization and be able to kind of assess and have them self-assess where they are in business and organization agility. So I think it's a very useful tool. Now, there are updates on what we call the team level, what used to be called the team level. Now it's just called Essential SAFe. And Essential Safe basically is saying that you always have to have a release train, and there's certain things that you need to have in addition to teams, agile teams, in order to be able to basically implement and use safe. So the idea here is that you really don't have scaled agile without going beyond just teams. You have to have certain other things to have a full release train. In addition, definitely the new version, there's a lot of complexity here. I would not say by any means it's simple, but there is a nice overview tab. So you can get a picture here of the overview. And the overview actually shows those 7 competencies and the customer in the center, the leadership there at the bottom, and kind of the strategic and the execution aspects. And I think this is quite nice. It does give us a simpler view than the other tabs on the big picture. So if you want to look at it first, that's a nice place to start. And it does help to reduce a little bit of the complexity coming in. Now, that said, overall, I like the addition of business agility in Scaled Agile version 5. No doubt about the fact that you definitely want to get certification on it, and you want to get SPCs to support you implementing it. This is not something that just clicking on the website you're going to be able to easily implement. You're going to need that certified and experienced support in order to do that. So that said, that's a view on Scaled Agile's Safe version 5 and the business agility. Thanks to VecDeezy for some of the images used in this Auspicious Agile video blog today. Also, if you are watching a course on YouTube or LinkedIn or Facebook or any other platform, please subscribe, like, and share. That really helps us out a lot. And for support options, if you look below in the comments, at least on YouTube and some platforms, you will see Patreon, Amazon, and Bitcoin and cryptocurrency options to support the Auspicious Agile video blogs. As always, stay agile, and thanks so much for listening.